I'll never forget the day she said it. I was sitting at the kitchen table, sipping my morning coffee, scrolling through emails when she dropped the words like a bomb. I think I want to be with someone else. At first, I thought I misheard her. I laughed nervously, hoping it was a joke. But her face was too serious, too calm, and the words lingered in the air like smoke. I didn't know whether to be angry or terrified. Confusion clawed at me. My mind raced, trying to rationalize what I had just heard. In the days that followed, I found myself questioning everything. Had I missed signs? Was it something I did or didn't do? She started leaving her phone face down, always insisting she was just busy. I caught her laughing at messages she quickly hid when I entered the room. She worked late more often, citing vague meetings that never seemed to end. Every little detail I had once cherished, the way she held my hand, the way she smiled at me, suddenly felt like a carefully rehearsed act. I tried to convince myself I was overthinking, but there was a growing pit in my stomach, a gnawing doubt that I couldn't ignore. Then one night, she fell asleep early, exhausted from work. Or so I thought. Her phone lit up on the nightstand. A message preview flashed. "Can't wait to see you tonight." My chest tightened. The words weren't meant for me. I stared at the screen. Disbelief mingled with anger, feeling my world tilt on its axis. I didn't confront her immediately. I needed proof, certainty, something undeniable. Over the next week, I noticed patterns. She would leave the room when her phone buzzed, claim she was catching up on emails, but the small things didn't add up. Clothes she swore she'd never worn were suddenly missing. Receipts for dinners I wasn't invited to piled up in the trash. Every instinct screamed betrayal, and I couldn't ignore it any longer. The day I discovered the truth was surreal. I walked into the bedroom while she was showering and found her laptop open, her email logged in. I didn't have to dig far. Messages, plans, confessions, it all spilled out in front of me. Her words, the way she described him, the promises she made. It wasn't just attraction. It wasn't just flirting. It was a life she was secretly building without me. My hands shook, my chest ached, and for a moment, I didn't even know who I was anymore. We didn't talk at first. I retreated into silence, into my own storm of thoughts. Memories that once brought me joy now stung. The first time she held my hand, our late-night walks, the way she used to call me just to say goodnight. It all felt like lies now. I loved her. I still did, in spite of everything. But the love was tangled with pain, with a betrayal I couldn't forgive immediately. Finally, I confronted her. I laid out the messages, the receipts, the undeniable evidence. She looked at me with a mixture of guilt and defiance. She tried to explain, to justify her actions, saying she'd been feeling trapped or unfulfilled. I listened, but her words fell hollow against the weight of her choices. I realized something crucial in that moment. Love without trust is just a memory pretending to be real. I didn't scream. I didn't throw things. I simply told her I couldn't stay. I packed a bag, feeling a mix of relief and heartbreak, and left. Walking away wasn't easy. It never is. But I needed to reclaim my life, my dignity, my peace. I learned that strength isn't in holding on when it hurts. It's in knowing when to let go. Months later, the ache is still there, but it's quieter now. I've started rebuilding, piece by piece. I've learned to listen to my instincts, to value myself more than anyone else's approval. I still remember her, and maybe I always will, but I also remember the moment I chose myself over betrayal. That choice, painful, necessary, and irrevocable, was mine, and it's what saved me.